the last time we talked about the animals, we talked about consume and blast, right? Consume is pretty simple. It's just a introverted decider and an extroverted observer as your top savior function. So that's going to be all IPs and EPs in the Myers-Briggs system, right? Pretty simple. And then blast is going to be all IJs and EJs. It's going to be an extrovert decider savior, TE or FE, doesn't matter. And then an introverted observer, SI or NI, it doesn't matter. And it doesn't matter what order. Therefore, it's going to be your standard Myers-Briggs IJs and EJs, right? Now, what we have found from typing people objectively is that actually about half the population doesn't play the game of their top two functions as their savior functions. So a lot of the Myers-Briggs literature out there, they're going to be telling you your top function is your most conscious, and then your second one is the co-pilot one, and then your third one is the this guy, and the fourth one is the that guy. And that's true for half the population out there. But for everybody else, there's a jumping going on where it's actually their first and third function that are their saviors. It seems to be with the code that your mind just wants one savior observer and one savior decider. That's it. It doesn't care which one. So they can be double introverted or double extroverted or half introverted, half extroverted. It doesn't seem to matter. There's been theories out on the internet for a long time of, loopers, right? You get these dark, mysterious INFJs or INTJs or whoever. They're very quiet, they're very antisocial, and they're stuck in a depressed looping mode. Now, that very well may be true. Maybe they're having a bad time, maybe they're in a bad mood, maybe they're depressed, whatever. Also, what I think a lot of people are seeing is that they're seeing that, yeah, I do have that friend who is just NI, TI, and that's just the way they are. They're not your standard Myers-Briggs INFJ. So, last time we looked at the animals, we looked at consume and blast, how one is taking in information for the self and the other is teaching information for the tribe, right? So reference that video. Sleep and play now, those are opposite coins. So you kind of have the information coins in the middle, the consuming and the blasting of information. And then you have the sleep and play, which is kind of the energy coins. Kind of like, are you running around expending massive amounts of energy and then preserving later? Or are you preserving first and then expending energy? Like, for example, if you look at somebody like Elon Musk, he's living a life that is very sleep energy dominant. He's preserving energy. He's processing. He's introspective. He doesn't want to go play the consume blast game. He doesn't want to run around and try a million things. His whole life is about how do I preserve energy for himself, for his business, his cars, outer space, everything. Steve Jobs was along the same lines. How do I narrow this shit down? So somebody high in sleep is wanting to preserve. They're wanting to process. They're wanting to introspective first before they run out and expend energy. Somebody high in play, like Tony Robbins, that's the other way around. He wants to have a seminar for 50 fucking hours and we'll just expend massive amounts of energy and then we'll figure out what to do. And then most people are going to be where? Somewhere in the middle of the bell curve. Because just like the functions, everybody has all four. Everybody can do everything. Oh, I know. Oh, you can do sleep and you can do process and you can do expend energy and consume and blast. You're special. You do it all. You're not missing anything. I get it. I know. Everybody has everything. The question is, what order do you have them in? Which one is coming before the other? Which one are you robbing for the sake of the other? So when you're typing people, you're looking at, are they preserving a massive amount of energy in their life and probably not even aware of it? And then they're expending energy? Or is it the other way around? And this is kind of what the breakdown looks like. You've got the 32 types. You got the Myers-Briggs 16 in the middle. And then you have the sleep guys on the side and the play guys on the side. So this image here is just from our website. You can kind of read this over. It gives you a head start. The human needs, the 16 types, the 8 functions, the 4 parts of the brain, the 4 letters, etc. So what are sleep and play? It's just 2 savior functions working together. Sleep is when you have 2 introverted functions working together, and play is when you have 2 extroverted functions working together. And for half the population out there, those are their actual savior functions. And that's just the way they are, and leave them the hell alone.